I had a chicken dinner the other night, and I'm going to cut off the meat and save the rest of it to make a casserole. But with the leftover bits and skin and things, I'm putting in here, and I'm going to make a stock because it's kind of expensive, really, now, and it's hard to find. And I mean, it's just carcasses and vegetable scraps pretty much boiled together and strained, and that's if it's good stuff. So what's the cheap stuff? It's more questionable. So I'm gonna get rid of all this meat and then just take the rest and put it in here and make a stock out of it and can it. I have the chicken I want to save. I can have the carcass and the rest in here. I'm gonna add this celery that I grew that turned out very strange, but it'd be perfect for this one. Some onions, some herbs that my neighbor gave me, and some garlic. I have it all in here. See, I didn't even peel the onions or anything, just threw it in there because it's all going to be strained out anyway, so it doesn't matter. There it is. A giant pot of water and vegetables and chicken scraps. I'm just going to bring this to like a simmer and then just let it simmer for about 5 or 6 hours. Well, maybe 4. I'm a little impatient. See how well it is, and let the flavors blend, and then I'll have this giant, huge pot of stock that I can use for soups and stews and casseroles and recipes and things. I don't have to rely on what's in stock at the store. It's really going now. It smells really good. All the celery and the onions, and then the fresh herbs, and then all the spices and things that I had put on the chicken when I originally cooked it as well. Oh, it smells really good. I'm just going to let this cook for probably several hours just because I want it to be really, really good. And I'm going to wait for it to boil down quite a lot and get kind of concentrated too, because I don't need this much liquid. Wow, I might be throwing some away. It looks good though. Here it is. It's been simmering for about 6 hours, so turn it off and let it sit. It's completely turned into, I guess, chicken soup. Ready to go, and let it sit overnight, and then I'll strain it and can it. It's cooled down. It's completely cold. The fat still hasn't solidified or anything. It's still kind of warm. But I'm going to go ahead and start straining it. I'm just going to start scooping it out and pouring it into here in a couple different containers, and then cool it down some more, and then heat it back up and then can it. I let this sit a day and the fat to collect, but there's not really that much, and it was kind of hard to get out of there without my screen spoon that I threw away. So I'm just going to leave that in there, and it's not really that bad. So I'm just heating this back up. I want it to be warm before I put it in the jars. I got my jars over here ready. So I'm going to heat up the broth stock, whatever you want to call it, and then I'm going to put it into the jars, and then I'm going to get it into the canner. Heat it up again. Got my water heating up in the canner. Now the easy part, I just have to fill up the jars to 1 inch, wipe off the rims, and put the lid on. So I'm going to get my funnel there. And just fill up to 1 inch. But that was taking too long, so I got the salsa to scoop it and pour. The ladle was taking way too long. Just wipe the rim, put the lid on, screw it on, and put it in the canner. So all in my canner. I have it turned back on, and I just have to put the lid on and wait for it to start steaming on. And now I'm just going to wait until the steam starts coming up here. This pops up, and then I'll time it for 10 minutes to let it vent, and then start the process. This is great because it only takes 25 minutes for quarts, so it's not as long. Steam's coming out of here pretty steady, so I'm gonna set my timer for 10 minutes, and then I'll come back and put the weight on. Okay, it's been 10 minutes. Put the weight on, and then I just wait till it comes up to pressure. You know, depending on your elevation, what you have to do. It's either usually 10, 11, or between there and 15. But I'm going to wait till this comes up to pressure, and then I'm just going to start counting down. It's only 25 minutes for quarts and 20 minutes for pints. So it doesn't actually take as long as other things that I've been doing, at least in the past. Timer's gone off. It's finished. Now I just have to wait for pressure to come all the way down. Then I can take off the weight, and then I like to wait about 10-15 more minutes and then take the lid off after that. Okay, so pull down. Go ahead and take that off, and then I'll just wait for probably about 5-10 minutes, and I'll take the lid off here. Okay, I'm going to take the lid off here. Maybe I should try it with both hands. Put that down there. See the ring around the jar? That's because I didn't put vinegar in my water. I don't have any on hand right now, but that's why you do that. See, it's like a powder and a dust all over everything. That's from my water. They are all finished. You see, they all look cloudy on the outside because I didn't have any vinegar. It's gross. I'm gonna have to get some and wash it off.